What are reserve forests? Forest reserves are areas of state territory where commercial harvesting of wood products is prohibited in order to preserve biodiversity that may be lost in sustainably farmed areas. For the small reserve will protect delicate localized resources including steep slopes, fragile soils, and habitat for endangered species that rely on intact forest canopy. Meanwhile, for the large matrix of reserve will insulate the diversity of reasonably intact forest landscape that still exists in Muscat today. Matrix reserve will eventually support a greater range of trees, size and ages than is generally seen in responsibly harvested sites, as well as structures and processes associated with significant accumulation of big woody debris that typically missing on harvested sites.
Okay, I will explain more about the importance of reserve forests. We depend on forests for our survival, from the air we breathe to the wood we use. Besides providing habitats for animals and livelihoods for humans, forests also offer watershed protection, prevent soil erosion, and mitigate climate change. Yet, despite our dependence on forests, we are still allowing them to disappear. There are two types of reserve forest importance. First are ecological important and second are economic important. Amira will talk about ecological and I will talk about economic important.
Ecological importance of reserve forests. First is protection of species from extinction. One of the reasons for the existence of forest reserve is that it helps to protect animal species from going extinct as a result of myriads of reasons. For example, the Malayan tiger has been declared critically endangered as its numbers have plumped from 3,000 in the 1950s to just 500 in the early 2000s. The number has plummeted to fewer than 150 as of today. Poaching has been blamed for the plummeting numbers of tigers in the wild. Second is maintenance of animal species. Forest reserves also serve as places where a viable population of animal species can thrive. In many cases where the natural habitat of the species animal is disturbed, some or all the species have to migrate to other places to be able to survive. Where they do not find any suitable alternative habitat, they are likely to die off over time. So this contributes to the extinction process. The existence of the forest reserve has to maintain their population at least, even if they are not able to increase considerably in number.
Okay, for economic important, there are two important. First are revenues from tourism. Forest reserves serve as important sources of revenue for the state and are able to stimulate local economies of the place where they are located. The aggregate of this is huge income for the state from tourism. This helps to stimulate the local economies of the people. Any destruction to this forest reserve, therefore, results in a great loss of revenue to the state. Second important are source of employment. Forest reserves also serve as important avenues of employment for both skilled and unskilled labor. The forest reserve need to be protected from encroachment. This is why forest guard and ranger are needed to protect the place. The reserve need to be maintained, hence the need for forester. Where the reserve serve as a tourist destination, there is the need to employ people to issue tickets in the absence of e-ticketing. So, forest reserve create employment. Okay, for economic important, there are two important. First are revenues from tourism.
First, reduce paper usage and purchase paper product from sustainable sources provider. It is occasionally impossible to avoid using paper. So when buying paper product, you should always check the product for a wood certification scheme that ensures sustainable practice or consider switching to digital. Second, use product which has sustainable palm oil certification. We should make sure that products containing palm oil are certified by organizations like the Sustainable Palm Oil Roundtable (RSPO) to ensure that the palm oil purchased is produced sustainably and responsibly. Third, participate in public hearing on change in forest land use. For example, public participation in the Selangor Bukit Legon Forest Reserve, the government's media attention, and subsequent inquiry into the biodiversity and forest ecosystem service value of the area. Fourth, support NGO and who are working with state government to legally protect intact forests. Any land which has permanent reserve forest or PRF status is governed under the National Forestry Act 1984. This does not mean the area are protecting from logging, so forests need additionally legal protection in the form of totally protected areas, or consider supporting NGO who are already doing work in this area.